Hey, how's it going? Richard Matheru here. Do you want to give yourself the best chance of finishing the year strong in your network marketing business? Being able to generate the most possible results over the next few weeks and enter into January feeling really fulfilled and with a great foundation. If you do, absolutely in the right place. There's nothing for sale here. This is a proven process I've used myself time and time again to generate 7 record years in a row. And the slides that you'll see, in fact, let me move over a little bit so you've got some space. The slides that I've got up here, you're going to be able to download these. I'm going to give you access at the end of this training. So, you can put your credit card away, you can chill out, focus on what I'm going to teach you, knowing you're going to get all the slides that you need to implement this immediately into your very own business. So why should you even listen to me? What do you know, Richard? Why should I spend some time and listen to what you've got to say? Well, I started from absolute zero. So this isn't the guy who had a silver spoon or rich relatives or some lucky break. I went through 328 no's in a row in network marketing, and by the end of that same year, I was the #1 international income earner in that company of 80,000 reps. I went on to sponsor over 750 people. That was through focus, discipline, and the strategies, some of which I'm going to give you in this very training. I've helped other network marketers generate over 2.5 million in sales in their businesses. I've generated nearly 1 million views here on YouTube, which is ridiculous. Nearly 500,000 downloads of my podcast, and I built 6-figure businesses in 4 different niches, or niches for my American friends: network marketing, affiliate marketing, coaching, and online product sales. Now, I'm not guaranteeing any results whatsoever. I don't know you. I don't know the work that you'll put in. I just wanted to let you know where I'm coming from, so you know I have the experience to teach you how to have the very best chance of finishing this year strong. So let's just dive straight in. What you're going to get. Access to these slides, I've said. A 4-week game plan that I hope will do a minimum of 2K in your business. I said no guarantees, but that's what we should be aiming for as a minimum. Some fast action tips. It's no good going out there and getting, I'll think about it, maybes. We need people to say yes quickly. I've got some tactics for you there. Also some clarity numbers, really important, how we can really get clear on this game plan so you can use it with confidence. Tee up a great January. This isn't just about December finishing strong. It's also beginning strong as well. And then as a bonus, I want to set you up for a record year in your business, having the very best chance of that happening. So let's get to it. The 4-week 2K game plan is 3 weeks work. I know I go fast. I just don't like to beat around the bush. 1 week, enjoy the holidays. I don't expect you to be working over Christmas, and you shouldn't need to if you're doing things the right way by following this game plan. If you put in the work, it means a more enjoyable festive period. Think about 2 or 3 weeks from now, it's Christmas time, you're having some quality time with the family, and imagine if you were able to generate those additional bonuses. How much more comfortable would you feel? How much more fulfilled would you feel? It feels really good, I can tell you, to finish the year strong. Momentum versus stalling in January. Everybody else is scratching around, wondering what they're going to do, falling into January, bleary-eyed, and you're like, I smashed December, I've got the trajectory ready for January, and you can beat a lot of the competition just with preparation. Also means greater odds of additional bonuses. Okay, you want to give yourself the best chance of winning, right? So let's make that happen. Let's make the commitment and let's crack on with this game plan. So first of all, fast action bonus. How are we going to give people an opportunity to say yes to you right now, as opposed to, I'll think about it, let me get Christmas out the way. So why should your prospects sign up with you now and not in the new year? Give them a reason. Okay, create something like a bonus package. A company incentive may be out there which could be useful that's ending before the end of the year. Maybe involve your upline. Have you got someone who could create some kind of bonus package? Maybe your upline is well known in the industry, a great trainer. Could you reach out to them and say, hey, could you create like a 5 or 10 minute audio on what it takes to be successful or how you've created your success? I'd love to give that away as a bonus to anyone that signs up before the New Year's. Now you've got a reason for you, and if you've got a team, them as well, to go to people and say, hey, listen, this goes away in a few weeks. You really want to do this now. Give them a strong reason. If that bonus is a good one, build it up. Hey, this guy is earning whatever. He's come from this situation to that situation, and he's laid it all out in a bonus audio. Doesn't normally share these things. I can give that to you if you get started right away. It's a great incentive, okay? Maybe your upline has got a big team. Maybe you have a big team. You could put together a team incentive. Hey, for anyone who signs up the most people in the next few weeks, or anybody that gets started right now, you get a ticket in the draw to win prize XYZ. Like I've given away GoPro cameras when I was active in the field, travel vouchers. I've done all sorts of stuff that's generated extra sales, extra momentum by having that incentive in place. And you can create it yourself. Like I created a fast start training for my team members. I created a 2-week game plan, whole bunch of stuff just to sweeten the deal and say, hey, this is time sensitive. We've got to do it now. And when you have that, you can use terms such as, it'll be a good deal next month, but now, and then talk about the bonus. It's up to you. By all means, you want to stick this on a list and come back in January, but most lists become never to-do lists. I don't want to see you in a month, 6 months, a year from now, still in the same situation, knowing that you had an opportunity to fix it, but I didn't give you enough of a great deal, so I want to do that now so you can take that action and get that result. If there's a money back tea, there may be money back tea, I don't know. If there's a money back guarantee, learn that and show them it in black and white. Like I literally grabbed a screen grab of the guarantee section in our company's terms and conditions. It was 14 days. So I was able to go to people and say, look, listen, worst case scenario is you do this, you access the bonuses, which you can keep. A lot of them like information type bonuses, they can keep. Make sure you're only saying things that are true. If they can't keep it, know that. If they can, say it, right? So you can get the bonuses. Listen, if after 2 weeks of having a good look around from the inside, it's not for you for whatever reason, look, here's the terms and conditions. Full money back guarantee anytime from now until 14 days. You've got plenty of time to make an informed decision. You don't want to be on the outside, steaming up the window. You need to get inside, sit in the seat to know if it's comfortable for you or not. I like to use that type of terminology, and it does really well at this time of year with these bonuses. So that's number one. Number two, we've got to get clear on a few things, including your numbers. First of all, we need a target to hit a target. You can't hit a target that's not there. I should have begun with that. That would have sounded better. Who are you going to target? And by target, I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to make some money off these people. That, like, shame on you if you think that, right? You should feel you have a really good product, a really good opportunity, and you are excited to share this with other people. You're doing them a favor. You're giving them an opportunity. So who are you going to target with this opportunity? If you're trying to sell steak to vegetarians, I don't care how good you are at that, you're going to have some massively limited numbers, right? You're setting yourself up to fail because the product doesn't fit with who you're targeting. So the same with you. If you've got a particular product in your company that does way better than the other products you offer, probably lead with that, with who it makes sense to lead with. If you've got an opportunity, is there a particular group of people you relate to more? Focus on them. So you speak their language and you've got an advantage already. Who are you going to target? What are you going to offer them? Everybody's like, oh, I help everybody with skin. We help anyone who wants to travel. We help anybody that wants to make money online or whatever your offer is. That's just too grey. It's got no edge. It's got no teeth. It's like a shark that's had its teeth removed. Like it swims around looking good, and then the moment that the time comes to the crunch, it's no threat. Well, a big shark probably could whack you around a bit, but you get my point. You need teeth in your marketing to get people to go, hey, you know what? What was that? I want to take a look at that. Because there's so much information as they scroll these days, you need to stand head and shoulders above even the people in your company if you want to finish strong. So, for example, if, let's say, I grew up in a single parent family, let's say I was a single parent, I might go with how I help single parents earn more than a full-time income in less than part-time hours so they can spend plenty of quality time with their children. So that is an offer. I wholeheartedly believe that when I was promoting network marketing and I helped many people generate more than a full-time income in less than part-time hours, and even if you haven't, are there other people in the company doing that? So we can use the stories of the existing people that are out there with proof. But I packaged what was available to them, what they would achieve. I packaged that in a way that makes sense to them and generates curiosity. I didn't just say, hey, you can come and you can make money online here. There's no teeth, but the line I gave you does have teeth, right, for that particular audience. So get that set. Where will you find them? If I'm going for executives, I want to be looking on LinkedIn. If I'm going for 18 to 20-year-olds, probably it's TikTok, or maybe that's even outdated by now, I don't know. But think about where it is you're going to find these people on a daily basis so you can begin these conversations to have them look at what you've got. And then how will you initiate that conversation, right? I'll give you an example. When I was selling my network marketing coaching services, I would go to LinkedIn, I would find other network marketers, and I'd be like, hey, are you in network marketing? They're like, yes. Okay, great. How's it going? It's going good. Okay, great. And then I would give them, hey, I've got something that can help you with X, Y, Z. Do you want to take a look? I used to do it on Facebook. When I was in a travel company, if I saw anybody's profile picture that had them on vacation, I'd be like, hey, just tell them the truth. I use Facebook to build a particular project. It involves travel. I noticed your profile picture was vacation. Like, if you like to travel, I've got something that you may want to take a look at. I'm more than happy to put some free information on here for you. Would you be at all open to taking a look at that? It's very hard to say no to that. Like, people who love travel do very well in this. I can put you some free information on here. So that's just a couple of suggestions by me knowing who and what I'm offering made a difference to where I'm focusing my attentions to be able to initiate those conversations. And then finally, how are we going to convert those people to a sale or sign up? I gave you some help on the previous slide by creating a bonus. What presentation are you going to use? Like, what information are you going to share that makes sense for them to say, you know what, I do want to do this. Set your daily leads and conversation numbers. And if you don't know how to do that, most people work to a 1 in 5 ratio. 5 people that you go through a presentation with, you should be looking at getting 1 sign up. So use that 5 and 1 ratio to set the minimum numbers you need to be doing over the next 3 weeks to be able to sit back and say, hey, I put a good shift in there over these last few weeks. Number 3, are we with it so far? Hopefully you are. I've got those slides coming up for you, remember, all these you're seeing, so stick with me. Take this information now, use the slides to apply it. We need to tee up January. Like, literally, we want to have a great December, but don't waste the momentum. Momentum is always there. In any direction, we want to keep it moving forward, right? So if you want to tee up January, let's decide now what your big January goal is going to be. It's only 2 goals, 1 for December and 1 for January. So let's set what that's going to be. What special offer, bonus, incentive will you use in January? Switch it up. Having the experience of going through this process this month will allow you to say, you know what, let me now I'm getting better at this. Let me think of a better bonus, a better incentive for January, right? The holiday week that you're not working, which will probably be like 4 or 5 days in December and the first 2 or 3 days in January, put your strategy to work by using content. So think about, what knowledge will a person need in order to buy from you, buy your product or join your opportunity? What objections are they likely to have that you need to overcome? Now, I want you to create some content that you're going to put out there every other day on anywhere that people are paying attention to you, social media, YouTube, podcast if you've got one, email list if you've got one, wherever that is. And I want you to speak on these 2 answers. Look at the knowledge that you're kind of trying to teach people. Look at objections they're likely to have. And interact with the people that like the post or comment on the post. Hey, thanks for the like. Are you looking forward to the holidays? Just get that engagement going. We're kind of throwing breadcrumbs on the water here. We're getting a contact with more and more people. If you do a post every other day for 7 or 8 days, you'll have 4 posts out there. Even if you get, say, 10 likes on each one, that's 40 people who now, moving into January, you've now reignited that channel of communication. You've now got their attention. And if you do the content the right way, such as don't just like list ingredients and don't try and sell in that post, literally just, for example, I may put a post out that says, it's so cool I'm taking this week off. It's great that it's great that I don't have to work overtime, enjoying family time, something like that, right? I'm going to generate curiosity. People going, how's he not working overtime? How's he taking a week off? You may or may not be in that situation with your business. Maybe it's a product benefit. It's nice to be able to have something that actually works these days. You know what I mean? Think about, remember we talked about who you're going to be talking to? Think about what it is that they would want to see and what would they want to know and what objections they're likely to have. So like you may talk about taking action in the new year. Most people leave it till February. Come January, I'm all in, taking big action. Whatever it may be, right? You're kind of setting that person up to follow suit in January. Plus, set the date you're going to begin promoting whatever it is you're going to promote in January. Okay, maybe you're going to say, okay, come the 5th of January, I'm going to start reaching out to these people that I've already engaged with. I'm going to start making some offers to these people and saying, hey, we had a quick chat in December, but look at what I've got for you now. You should take a look at this, right? So it just sets you up to have 30, 40, 50 or more people already engaging with what you're doing come January. While everybody else is scratching around thinking, well, what am I going to do in my business? You're off to the races, leaving them behind. Good, cool strategy, right? So here's a bonus. Here's a bonus for you. Creating record years. How have I been able to do that 7 years in a row? How have I been able to help other people do the same? Well, it all begins with some focus, right? The correct focus. Like I said, those slides are coming up. Let me show you a few slides of what can be achieved. Bear in mind, I came from a single parent family, didn't see my father for 17 years, never had no special business knowledge, never had no previous network marketing success. 328 people told me no in a row. All I wanted to do was be a good father. I just wanted to be a great dad. Still do. Be a family guy, right? Because I didn't have that growing up. I wanted to kind of fix that. You probably experienced the same, right? If you didn't have something in your childhood, you kind of want to address it with your family. That's the way I feel. So this is us in Lapland. Went to Lapland and saw Santa, which was really cool. This is Norway, seeing the Northern Lights. This is the Marina Bay Sands, the infinity pool in Singapore. My daughter saw it on YouTube. I want to swim there. I said, good, let's go. I do too. This is Bali. Paris, we went to Disney in Paris and into the city centre. My wife and I got married in New York, took our daughter back to show where we got married on our 10-year anniversary recently. That we went to Central Park, Times Square, all the usual places. We have a sort of a thing where when my daughter does something at school, we don't just want her to see it in books, which is great. We want to take her there and experience it for real. So this is in Berlin. We saw the Berlin Wall and the Brandenburg Gate there. I told my daughter that some aeroplanes land on water. She didn't believe me. I said, pack your bags, we're going to Lake Como in Italy. Sorrento, Disney in Florida. Also, it was really big for me. Like, I've had my years when I was younger of having like fancy cars and things, and maybe that's something you want. It's your money, do what you want. That's no longer really it for me. For me, it was always having an amazing property that I could like have a happy family in. I have plenty of space, not be embarrassed like we were in our old house to invite people around, be able to have just the finer things in our own home environment, a beautiful view. That's the view from our back garden. The garden wraps around the house, as I'll show you here. We've got a huge property, beautiful property, which, having record years, creating, results, life-changing results has changed our life, Built big teams, got to speak on stage, people I still look up to became friends, company magazines, six-figure businesses, leaderboards, and then, like I said, helping other people generate amazing results in their businesses. Like, this is what happens when you prepare for that. Like, you've got to begin with the end in mind. And that's what I want to teach you about next year in this final bonus section before I give you those slides. You'll be amazed at what's possible with the correct focus, okay? So we need to begin with that end in mind. So what I would say is, if you're able to, close your eyes. If not, do that later when you're reading these slides. Imagine 1 year from today. Okay, 1 year from today, everything went your way. Everything you tried in your business went your way. It's been an amazing year. It's been a life-changing year. I've experienced this for myself. Like I told you, I went from nowhere to #1 international income earner. It can and does happen all the time with the right strategy. So I want you to imagine that you're opening your eyes first thing in the morning. Where will you be? Like, I saw that view that I showed you before I saw it for real. I had it in my mind's eye. I would wake up in a property with really high ceilings and beams, and my wife was next to me, really big, cozy, comfortable bed. I'd look out the window and I'd see the sun rising over the forest and the fields behind us. That picture I showed you, we face east. So we see the sun rising over that forest. I was like, this is amazing. It's exactly what I've been thinking about for years. So I want you to do the same thing. Someone's tickling my nose. Like, think about what it is, where you want to be when you open your eyes and it's a year from now and this is a dream come true. Like, who do you see next to you? I hope it's your current partner, right? If it's not, what does that say? What do you see out the window? Do you hear the ocean? Are you by the beach? Do you see a forest? Are you in a hustle and bustle of a big city? Like, only you know. If you really think, okay, if I could just relax and be like, everything goes my way, you'll know what that is. I want you to write that stuff down. Like, who will you be with? What happens when you get out of bed? You go through the house, who do you see? What do you do first? You got to have some breakfast, do you work out? Have you got a home gym? Do you go for a run? Is that not important to you? Like, do you take your kids to school? Do you not have children? I don't know, right? You know the answer to these questions. I want you to go through a day in your mind in detail and take notes, and you can surprise yourself. Like, oh, I didn't realize I wanted to be by the ocean. Well, I didn't realize I thought that big. Well, I didn't realize that's all it would take for me to be satisfied. You know what I mean? So start to think about those things. How will you spend your time? In terms of your business, do you see yourself on stage? Does that not appeal to you? Do you see yourself doing a couple of one-on-one appointments, or selling online programs, or selling through digital marketing? Or like think about, what would you like to do with your time on a daily basis? And then think about what needs to happen to make that a reality. What has to happen? Who do you have to be? And what have you got to do to make that come true in the next 12 months, okay? And what I advise that you do is break that down into a monthly income that you want to be at this time next year. So I'm recording this in December 2022. You could do this any time of the year, but it's really useful now because of the New Year's resolutions type thinking, okay? But you can do this at any point in time. So let's say, for example, that you said, Richard, I want an additional 10K per month by this time next year, next December. So what I would advise you to do is, and where did I get that amount from? Well, what would the mortgage be on the property you want? What would the car payment be if you think about a car? You're replacing your job, how much would that take if that's a goal? Traveling, whatever your lifestyle is this time next year, where you want it to be, how much per month would you need to be at next year to be living that lifestyle? So we're using 10K because I'm bad at maths and it's easy to show you. So let's say 10K per month is what you're after a year from now. Next December. What I recommend doing is breaking it down into quarters and attaching an accountability goal. I've used this, so I'm going to give you some examples. So by March, which is 3 months' time, we want to be a quarter of the way there, right? A quarter of the way through the year, we want to be a quarter of the way to 10K, so that's 2.5 per month. So by March, your first goal would be, want to be at 2.5K per month, extra from what you are now, or maybe if you're at 0, just 2.5. By June, halfway to the goal, halfway through the year, 5K. September, 7.5, so that by December, we've gone 3, 6, 9, 12 months, it's brought us in quarters through to that 10K per month goal. Because if you just go 10K, 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 like you can drift off I don't know where that came from, very easily. Whereas 3 months is like a good enough chunk of time to get your teeth into it, but also to stay on track. If it'll help, put yourself under appropriate pressure with an accountability goal. I used to make a chart. Like some of those holidays that I showed you, we call vacations holidays over here in England for my American friends. So our holidays, we used to say, right, where do we want to go? We walk in a forest local to us, and that's when we do our kind of family chats. Where's the next vacation going to be? Want to go to Disney? I'm like, Disney's not cheap. I've not been in business that long. I'm like, this is like about 5-6 years ago. Disney's not cheap. Okay, let's price it up. And then we put it on a chart. So I incorporated that into my quarterly goal. We want to book Disney 3 months from now. So I need to create an additional amount of income per month to make that happen. We set the goal. I think it was something like 6 grand, something like that. So we had a little chart. 6 grand goal. We've got to reach that. I'm colouring it in as I'm making sales every day. Now, when you put that and your family knows about it, especially if you've got a little girl like I did, she's 11 now, but back then, 5 or 6 years old, like you try... not working. Hey daddy, how many sales you made today? How close are we to Disney? I'm just going to go upstairs and do a bit of work, you know what I mean? Like you can't cheat, or at least I can't. Now for some people that's like, oh, that's too much pressure, it'd be crushing if I didn't do it. I like pressure. Like I back myself to do these things. I'm like, okay, Richard, you're just going to procrastinate, you're just going to be like tomorrow, so find a way to do it now. Okay, and that's a great piece of advice. Like now is always a good time, unless it's something dangerous, which most things aren't, right? It's just our own fear. Fear is a choice, danger is real. So if it helps, set those kind of accountability goals. Maybe it's a new car, maybe it's moving down to part-time hours, maybe it's something in the home that you want to have done, decorating your child's bedroom or your home, or I don't know, something that you would like. That's something that would excite me. And I could get extra pressure if it's applicable from other people. So I would definitely stick to that goal, okay? And then get to work. Make adjustments as you go along, what's working, what's not. Stay focused and no excuses, okay? None of this, my ingrowing toenail's been sore and, I had to wash my hair on a Thursday, so I can't possibly work this week. Now, come on, you know you're selling a lie to yourself. If you want to create results, you've got to get serious about it. You've got to get focused. Videos like this, you've got to start taking them to heart and applying them. I mean, I love the fact that people watch and go, oh, that was useful, but I want you to do something with it. I want it to be useful. Why do you think I take so much time? I could have done a 3-minute poxy video on this same subject, right, and just got some views and got some link clicks if I wanted to. The reason I put so much time and effort into these videos is because I want you to win. I want to give you what you need to win, but it's a participation sport. Like I can't reach through the screen and make you do it. Put your head down and make you put your head in the books and take this action. I can't force you to come over and get the slides and be serious about this, right? You've got to meet me halfway. I'm doing my work here. I'm giving you my best work here. You've got to meet me halfway by putting the effort in if you want to finish the year strong, have a great January and smash next year. I really hope that you do. So I hope this was useful for you. If you did find it useful, like it so I know to do more content like this. I'd appreciate your comment. I am a human being. I do read the comments. I do reply to you. So I would feel free to interact with me if you've got a question or comment about this. The slides are in my Facebook group along with a replay of this video. So I've put it at the top of my group. I'm going to pin it up there so you'll be able to find it easily with a link to the slides in the resources section. If you go to richardmatheru.com/group, you don't have to remember that. I'll put it across the screen, but if you can't remember it, in the top, I can never remember if the screen flips when I upload this, but in one of the corners you'll see like a little thing that just flashed up. Usually it's a little eye or something. That's where you can click and then go to the group. It's a Facebook group. Or I'll put it in the description, like the text beneath this video. You have to sometimes click an arrow or scroll down. I'll put it in there, that same link. And all you'll need to do then is go over to the group, request to join the group. As soon as I accept you in, look at the very top of the group. It'll be a pinned post. You'll see the replay of this video, and you'll also be able to download the slides as well. So you can take these slides, remind yourself, go through it again, maybe just flick through them every now and again for inspiration. And also, I gave you some questions throughout this video for you to answer to get the best results. Probably be useful for you to read through and maybe take notes on the sheets themselves. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Hopefully this has been great value for you. I'm going to go pick my daughter up from school now. That's part of my routine. My dream year was like having the ability to be able to take her to school, pick her up from school, that type of thing. I saw myself filming videos like this, creating a business that was leveraged, like this property, everything we've done. It starts at the beginning of every year, every 12-month period, with this exact process that I've given you an overview of today. I hope it's been useful and valuable for you. Let me know. Come back to this video in a year's time or a month's time when you're getting results. I'd love to hear about that from you. As I always say, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. I'm looking forward to seeing you win. Have a good one, and bye for now.